Hello, 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 everybody. How are you doing? Hello, hello, hello. I can hear myself. How are you doing? Thank you. How are you doing, guys? I hope you're doing well. Welcome to the third episode of that one show that some people call the TMZ of the Twitch music community. Music Exposed! Hi. Funny. How are you guys? Hope you guys are doing good. Hello. It's the third episode, and it's one of the episodes that I'm most excited for because we have somebody very interesting today. Not because of his music and his persona, but also because he is very polarizing on the music community and Twitch community. And I think he has a few stories to tell today. I think he will have a lot of drama to share. Hopefully. And I'm very, very, very excited. He's also, by the way, we are kind of connected because he speaks like 3 words Portuguese. So that makes me connected with people. But anyways, if you don't know
Wow, that's pretty low standards.
Oh, shut up. If you don't know who I am, I'm Sarah Jazz. Yeah, that's all you gotta know. No, that's... Hi, I'm famous.
Wow, that's good.
No, obviously, if you've never seen my face before, which is very likely, my name is Sarah Jazz. I am a professional musician. I was a full-time touring musician before I did Twitch full-time, and we do Music Exposed every Saturday from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and we interview the hottest musicians on Twitch, the most talented, the least talented too, by the way. The ones...
Obviously, you have me here.
Very true. I only have the Silence Noise, who is my co-host, by the way, because he's a cloud chaser. Anyways, let's sit down and find out who the fuck the Silence Noise is. Hello. Everybody in chat. Can I have silence, please? Explain to me, who the fuck are you? What are you doing here? And why are you not wearing something cool?
Oh, well, thanks for that. I'm the Silence Noise. Apparently, I'm a DMCA counselor that counsels struggling Twitch musicians who are dealing with the DMCA apocalypse. That's been my role all week. So if you're having a breakdown or you're stressed out or you're worried that you're going to lose your stream, just hit me up in DMs because that's apparently what I do. I'm also a Twitch music stream artist now, especially with the release of Instrumentals V1, which I'll talk about in a little bit. I make music for streamers to put behind their stream and subsequently ignore. So, you know, and according to Twitch Music Twitter, I make music that no one cares about. So that's me.
The shade.
No one cares about me. Okay.
The shade. Wow. Okay.
It's true.
Okay.
It's true. So that's what I do. If you like music if you're a hipster and you like music that literally no one else cares about, then I'm your guy.
Yes.
If you want to sit in a coffee house at like 8 at night and walk up to tables, unsolicited, mind you, walk up to tables and be like, hey, have you ever heard of this band? They're called the Silence Noise. They have all these interesting time signatures and lots of orchestration, and it's really good. And they're like, dude, I'm just trying to drink my latte. Dude, listen to me. Listen to Silence Noise. And then you walk away. That's it.
Yes.
It's true.
Yes. I mean, to be very honest, you do have amazing songs. Like, legit.
You're like, as opposed to lie to you, you have amazing songs.
No, you do. Like, I'm a fan of your music, and you know that I'm one of the people who always is, who says, you know, the music community on Twitch isn't, you know, they're not the most professional, but that's fine. You know, you don't have to be the most professional to make music, obviously. We're not gatekeeping making music, obviously. But
everyone should be making music, duh. Especially now, it's like, if you haven't fucking figured it out, here's the Silence Noise's DMCA counselor. If you haven't gotten copyright law through your thick fucking head, Copyright strikes are coming. It's going to get worse. It's not going to get better. You're going to have to do something original or write something, unique or do something unique. And it's just a transition. It's actually, in the end, this is what I keep telling, especially my original music friends who we aren't that affected by this. But the truth is that it helps us as original musicians to have more original musicians on the platform. Twitch music works just like real life, where people who want to go see cover bands are going to go see cover bands and dance to their favorite cover bands on the weekend. Those aren't the dudes hanging out in the indie music scene. The people that hang out in the indie music scene and who want to hear new music and explore that are the ones doing it. So the more people that move into that original space, the larger that we get. If the cover artists go away as an original artist, it's really not going to impact you that much because those people weren't going to show up at your stream anyway.
Yeah.
They weren't going to be there.
Yeah. I'm very happy though with the fact that original musicians are now getting more recognition, and I like that. I mean, I
hope so.
Yeah,
I certainly hope so. I don't think it's made much of a difference. I mean, right now we kind of predicted this last week. It's like right now it's mostly all the same. Not that much has changed. A few people got strikes. Pretty much everyone is back to normal. But at least we all the information coming with the record labels basically scanning live streams now. So we know it's. I mean, you had to know if Twitch is. Matt said this in his first week, and I think it was a great insight that Twitch music is moving in a more mainstream direction. They want mainstream artists, larger artists, and you better believe that the record labels are not going to let their mainstream artists come on this platform if there's still riffraff and the people ignoring copyright and all that stuff. They're going to clean all that up to make way for those larger artists.
Yeah.
So just be prepared if that's what you do. It's just what you do.
Yeah. But also in real life, I mean, I used to play with all types of bands, and to be honest, the bands that did covers, most of the time, not always, obviously, depended on how popular a band was, but the bands that did covers always were the ones with the most money and the most audience. Yeah,
Of course. Well, like we watched Matt Gaddy stream yesterday, and it cracked me up because his theme yesterday was streamer tribute. And within like 15 minutes of starting, his queue filled up. And I think there were 3 original songs maybe put in out of like 25 different artists. And it was Twitch artists, but it was like 19 or 20, 21 covers that were put in. And I was spamming like crazy in the chat to say, hey, there's all these original artists that you could choose from. But it's exactly what you said. People who want to see covers, and I don't care. Like, if that's what you like, that's what you like. I also know that those aren't the people that are going to be hanging out on the indie music scene on Twitch. Like, they're not those people. So it doesn't really impact me. And it sucks because I know that a lot of people last week felt like, oh, Silence Noise is going to show up and gloat because he's original and has done all this stuff. And it's like, no, I don't want to see my friends get hurt. Like, I don't want to see my friends lose money. I think that sucks. But I also know, that they made a choice. That was what they based their content on. And hey, that's how it is. I didn't request Villaruz. I requested Dusk's Embrace, which I hope to get J. Dublé on the show soon. No, I don't even like you. I don't even like being on the show.
Oh, true.
In fact, you know what? I gotta take something out on chat.
Okay.
You know what? I'm sick. If you listen to the show, I'm mad at you. Oh. If you are a viewer or a listener of this show, then I'm upset. And you know why? Yeah, you're right. I'm hot right now. I'm super hot. And the reason is that last week you were handed on a silver platter, chat and listeners of the podcast, on a silver platter, an opportunity to troll Sunfire TV on her Instagram.com/Sunfire TV. You should have gone. What are you even doing? How can you call yourself trolls and viewers of Sarah Jazz or me if you did not go and like all of Sunfire's pictures?
But
in fact,
there were people who did that
right now. No, I didn't recognize any of them. I want to see where is our recognizable people whose names I will recognize that have stalked and liked all of Sunfire's pictures. I need more. If you're watching this right now, pull up Instagram, Instagram.com/Sunfire TV, and like all of her pictures. Like them all. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you people?
If we do that all at the same time, though, she's not going to post it because so many people do it at the same time. So it's not just one. You know what I mean? That's probably why she couldn't post it.
I think she'll post it.
No,
I disagree.
No, she won't.
We'll see. We'll just see. Chat, prove me right. Chat, prove me right or prove Sarah right. Who wants to prove Sarah right?
Nobody.
What is Instagram?
I'm never even right. What are you talking about?
It's true. I mean, when we give you epic trolls like that, chat and listeners, you gotta do it. You gotta take advantage.
These viewers are smart enough not to stalk with their Twitch name.
But why? You know she would enjoy it. Don't act like you heard her last week. She's got a good sense of humor. She would enjoy it. And even if she doesn't, like, we're giving her, that is going to give her so much exposure. And that's what we do here is expose people. If she's getting thousands of Instagram likes on all of her different pictures, you better believe she's going to be smacking that explore page upside the head like a little bitch. Sunfire TV, smack the Instagram explore page like a bitch.
Also, Jessica asked if I can twerk. Would you like to answer that, Silence? Do you think I can twerk? You think I can't twerk?
I've seen you twerk. I'm familiar with your twerking.
Where have you seen me twerk? You aren't a patron.
Shade, dude. Shade. You know who's never bought any of my music? Sarah Jazz.
I don't have to. I get it all for free. Have you ever bought any of my music? Exactly, because you get it all for free, so shut the fuck up. What are you talking about?
You know what? Hey, you just want to throw shade. If this is all this show is going to be now, it's just us throwing shade at each other.
I mean, this is what it's going to come down to.
Silence just gets all of his Patreon content from me. It's true. It is true.
Well, I mean, I knew that.
You know what, Sarah? Sarah, if you show me yours, I'll show you mine. That's how we'll do it. That's just how it's going to be.
Ew, I don't want to see your only farmers.
Ew. Mine is definitely only Amish.
Only feet pictures because you love feet. I think, to be honest, if any of you were here last week, he was shitting so much on people who like feet that I really suspect that he is a foot fetishist, because he was like, oh, liking feet is weird, but then secretly he actually loves feet.
It's gross. There's something wrong with you.
Wow, you said that with such an unemotional face. I can't even.
It's true though. It's just how it is. It's just how it is. You know. Right now, what I'm doing is going through and putting my money where my mouth is, and just literally clicking on every Sunfire TV picture.
I can't.
And liking it right now.
No.
If you haven't done this, what is wrong with you people? I mean, come on. She wants to acknowledge you publicly. You could be acknowledged by a real big celebrity. Someone that's
true.
Someone way bigger than Sarah Jazz will acknowledge you being awesome by going through and just liking all of her stuff. I mean, for real. Come on. That's what you should be doing.
So Silence, have you been into any drama this week? Is there anything any news? I mean, we all know about the DMCA debacle this week, right? People getting suspended and strikes and all of that. People freaking out.
Did anybody
people
actually
being
get
panicked.
suspended? Did anybody get suspended?
Yeah, you
from
get
that?
24 hours of suspension for a DMCA strike. But so.
Who got suspended? Who that we know got suspended?
Do we know? I don't actually know.
Look, I'm gonna be like that. I'm gonna be like that COVID-19 denier. It's like, who do you know? Who do you know that has it?
It's just a flow.
Yeah. Who do you know that has that?
It's not even DMCA. It shouldn't even be a thing. Copyright sucks.
I know. All music should be free, and no artist should have the right to do it. Music is a communal experience.
It's called exposure.
Also, no one else gives a shit about your original music, because who wants to listen to people play original music?
Exactly.
And if the cover community collapses, there'll be no Twitch music community ever. Like, everyone's literally just gonna quit.
It's not like any of the musicians on Twitch are ever even talented to remotely compose any song that has like more than 2 notes.
That's true.
Oh.
Well, I would just sue them. I'm just gonna DMCA them for having an idea that I thought in my head once.
Yeah.
It's like, if I had that idea, you deserve to be sued for it. Now I'm getting to the point where Sunfire has like schoolgirl Sailor Moon pictures up. This is getting a little weird, but I'm doing it. I'm doing
just
it,
like
guys.
them all. Like them all. Like the sexy ones and the non-sexy ones.
I'm trying to.
Yeah.
Everyone needs to go like all of the photos at that Instagram right now. I'm posting it in there. Go like them right now. We need her to get a flood so she's like, what on earth is happening? What? You're right, Gabe. I don't have friends. What's your point? I do this show. I do this, like, especially on an episode today where we have goddamn lady killer Bort showing up. It's like, look at Bort. He's the sexiest man. You know what? I don't know a fucking sexier man that lives in a van. You know what they used to call people that lived in a van? Like, you guys have seen that Chris Farley sketch from back in the day. It's like the type of guy that lived in a van down by the river was a fat old man that was divorced and had nothing left in his life, and he lived in like a 70s econo van. And it's like, now you got Bort, you have ruined van life for everyone. It's like the rest of us shitty, ugly guys used to live in vans because we were divorced and our kids hated us and we were terrible people. And now we gotta have fucking Instagram models that live in vans. What's up with that?
I mean, he's not the only one, but yeah, he does make living in the caravan kind of cool, which is kind of cool because living in the caravan, as you said, was, gate kept by poor old guys, So I think
it was gate kept. Where were the, okay, so where was the meeting for poor old guys that gate kept other people? It was like,
I am sure that was a Twitter thread. I'm sure that was a Twitter thread. At some point.
We're the OGVA, the Old Guy Van Association. Our weekly meeting is this month. Let's go to our secretary, Rob. Rob's over there. He's like, we don't have no money. We're broke. That's why we live in vans. All right, well, good report from our secretary of the Treasury. Now let's go to our meeting. Oh, old Jim over there got towed off by the cops last week. It was really unfortunate. So he had to move down behind the Walmart for a little bit until, the heat cooled down.
Yes.
That's what van life used to be, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Get it straight.
Yeah, I mean, but, he's very vintage, too. He does art. Did you know that? Did you know he does, like, collage?
He does art. What?
He does, art. I do art. Visual art. He does, like, collages and stuff. Like, it's really cool. He does that.
I feel like Bort is, some people call me an underrated streamer, which is true. I'm underrated. But it's like, Bort is really underrated.
Yeah.
Like when you guys, a lot of you have never heard of him before, or you don't know what he does, not just as an artist and a musician, but he's a guy that is just not scared to speak his mind. And that I
think that's his problem, though.
Why is that a problem? Why is it wrong?
I speak my mind too. That's probably why we aren't 1,000 people right now or 10,000, because this is fucking content and quality. My problem is also that I am direct and speak my mind. So it's your problem too.
Well, you know what it is,
and it's Bort's problem too. It's just we're just three black sheep in one frame in a few minutes.
It's true. I did say that if Sarah and I were talking about this off camera and saying that if Sarah was anybody, if like you had a world where Sarah wasn't Sarah, she'd be Candyland. That's who Sarah would be in the real world.
Hey.
She'd be on the Raj podcast every week. It would be amazing.
I'd be hot though,
Yeah.
I don't
you're
mind
definitely
that.
not now. I mean, I look at you and I kind of feel a little sick sometimes. It's just how it is.
Yeah. That's because I have like 1,000 pounds of makeup. That's the only way I can look kind of presentable.
Yeah. Like, do you have a literal swimming pool of makeup that you go outside and like dive into?
Yeah.
And that's how you
Yes, that's how I do it. There's like different faces floating in that pool. They're like floating, and I just have to align. Sometimes it gets a little bit weird because sometimes I miss the eyes, and then I have on one side I have like a little bit of eye makeup on the wrong side, like on my temple, and then on the bridge of my nose, and it's really weird. Son, thank you so much for that raid. Thank you. We were just talking about you.
Someone's here. Don't ignore what I was just posting in the chat. Hi, Raiders.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Sun. Sun was here last week.
Sunfire.
If you haven't seen that, I don't know. You should go watch it because she had very awesome things to tell, and she did obviously an awesome job. It's on YouTube and on the website. You should
definitely check out her Instagram at instagram.com/sunfiretv. You should definitely... Here, let me post this link in the chat for all of you who are really friendly people in the chat.
He hasn't been talking about anything else. I think do you have a crush on Sunfire? Silence.
That's true. I have a crush on any woman that's alive. You know, that's just how it is.
You'll
it's
just
like,
just take
hey,
what you can get, huh?
That's right. It's like that Saint Motel song. You're alive and you're breathing. That meets my standards.
Mm-hmm.
It's better than the pigs again. You know, the pigs are not as loving and friendly. It's just how it is.
Wait. You cannot compare Sunfire to a pig after she rated.
I said she meets the better standards. Okay?
You cannot do that. That's still comparing. What are
I
you
did not
doing?
compare Sunfire to a pig.
Okay.
This is not CNN.
Right.
Why are you trying to box me into a corner and saying that
Because
Sunfire's
you just
a pig?
did
Okay?
that. I didn't say she is
No.
one. I said you compared her to one. What the fuck is wrong
Trying to
with
put
you?
words in my mouth. You're trying to put me in a corner. You know what? Sunfire at 6,900 subs. Sunfire's gonna do a pig costume stream. She's gonna pull the hay in. She's gonna wear a pig costume. She's gonna beat the fuck out of some Slipknot. That's how it's gonna work. Okay, people.
You're just digging yourself a bigger hole. It's not.
Fine.
It's too
No one
late.
likes
Silence.
me anyway. She's
late
already
silence.
unfollowed me. She's already on the block button because she's seen how much love we're giving her on her Instagram. Listen, I have overwhelmed her Instagram right now
You
with
have.
love and
He
affection.
hasn't. I'm gonna tell you, son. He since
love
we
and
started, all he has been doing is complaining that Chad hasn't liked all your pictures
It's true.
all at once, so you can post it. And now he hasn't been even paying attention to the show. He has been just liking your pictures the whole show. We are 28 minutes in. That's all we have been doing so far, is me trying to entertain you guys while Silence is not only comparing you to pigs for some reason, but also liking all your pictures.
Okay, so is there a worse animal that you could compare a woman to? Like, what is pig the worst? Is that the bottom of the barrel? Like, what would be if I were going to compare you to an animal? What animal would be the worst animal to compare you?
Me? I don't know. Yeah. I mean,
Son,
why is it bad though? Like, okay, now I'm.
Why is it bad to compare a woman to a pig? If it's not bad, why is it bad?
You can have it's called hypocrisy, okay?
Oh. Okay, that's good reason.
I see.
like it.
She has over 100 likes on her Instagram.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great news.
Yeah.
I'm really glad. Listen, this is what has to happen. I've made it clear. I made it clear that she needed a lot of love. All right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She listen. Sunfire was really sad earlier this week. She had a premonition that she was going to be compared to a pig on stream for some reason, and she's just like, I know I'm going to be sad later this week, and this is how we make her happy again.
Yes. But also, she has like 5,000. I think she hit 5,000 followers on Instagram. So congratulations on that. That's actually awesome.
That's right. We're about to blow her up. That's what I already said. Sunfire is going to drop on that explore page like a neutron bomb, dude. All anyone's going to see when they log into Instagram because of what we've done are Sunfire pics. That's it.
Yeah. But I mean,
and you know what, Sunfire, I'm the one that had faith in you. Remember, Sarah Jazz was the one that didn't have faith in you. It's like, Sunfire's not going to acknowledge all these people going to her page and liking her stuff. I'm like, you know what?
I didn't say that.
Sunfire's totally going to do it. She's going to be overwhelmed. She's going to be so overwhelmed she can't hit the screenshot button. It's so hard. Screenshotting is difficult because I'm Sarah Jazz and I'm really techie.
Shut the fuck up, Silence, okay? I'm having a hard time with life right now, okay? And that includes techies.
Is it because of all your DMCA takedowns?
Yes.
Did somebody copyright bitch? Is that what happened?
Yes.
Is that what happened to you this week?
Yeah, they thought
really
it was by Doja Cat, but it's not.
It's because of all the anime titties, obviously.
I mean, I can't even.
You have good luck. You have good luck with anime.
Can you
titties.
imagine that bitch is a music video that I can't even show on stream? I never showed that music video on stream. I cannot show it. How crazy is that? Imagine being an original artist, but not being able to show your own music video.
That's right, because we need to make sure that the children's are safe from our 18 plus streams. Okay?
Exactly.
We can label them 18 plus. They can go past the age gate, but we really need to make sure it's for the children.
Yeah.
It's not for the giant corporate advertisers at all.
I mean,
the giant corporate advertisers have no interest.
What do giant corporates have against Sarah Jazz twerking.
They don't want any personality at all. Haven't you learned this from YouTube and years of television commercials?
Yes.
It's like they don't want any personality. It's like if you say anything that could even mildly be construed as offensive, which your ass is really fucking offensive. Like let's not kid ourselves.
My ass is offensive?
Yeah, obviously. No. Could you
Excuse
chat, listen, chat, we need a vote here. It's like, chat, could you picture Sarah Jazz's ass with the Coke logo on it? I know that I couldn't. I mean, I could picture Sarah Jazz's ass with some cocaine on it or some Coke on it, but could Sarah Jazz twerk with the Coke logo and that be an effective ad? Hell no. I don't think so. I don't think so at all.
Imagine
That's
Mia.
just how it is.
Imagine Mia Malkova can't show her art videos on stream either. Well, that's sad though.
Her art. Do we consider? Okay, is porn considered art? I don't know this. Like, I've never heard this argument.
I don't know. I don't know what it has to involve. Is it art when it involves?
A position?
No.
Is it like a position? Like if you're doing some Kama Sutra or something? It's like,
don't
all right,
know.
now it's artistic.
Yeah, I don't know actually. Why are we talking about this on the music show, by the way?
Because we talk about really important things. You know what? Why are you even hosting the show and not just literally liking every one of Instagram.com/Sunfire TV's
because
pictures?
Somebody has to keep their minds on the show and not on.
Yes, I'm clearly not contributing in any way.
No, you're not contributing. I mean,
nothing.
Listen, your
That's my contribution, guys.
Your honesty is why we'll get fired and we'll be a -2 viewer Jack.
Hey, I'm talking
soon.
as much as I can because I know when Bort's on, you're going to be drooling all over him. Like, ew,
what?
Bort, ew, you have so much
Why will I be drooling all
much.
over? Have you not seen my streams? People,
you know what? Bort is a gentleman. He will wipe up your drool. That's how gentlemanly Bort is. Bort, if you're a lady, listen, ladies, ladies. If you're into Bort,
and not only
attractive
ladies,
men,
but also men.
everyone, literally everyone in the universe. If you're into sexy van men that are gentlemanly, believe me, Bort will be wiping up that drool. You better believe it. Hello, ladies.
Are you kind of jealous of him or something?
I'm jealous of everyone.
Yeah.
Look, I know I'm here to be the token ugly. That's my role on the show. We talked about it in chat earlier. It's like, my name is The Silence Noise, and I'm the token ugly. I mean, I've been walking around with scars since last week, since someone in the chat called me fucking ugly Ron Jeremy or something. They're like, you're the ugly. Like, I'm sensitive, okay, guys? I get hurt easily, and I don't like being called ugly. It hurts my feelings.
I mean,
and then I have to sit
that's
here.
true.
I have to sit here next to a literal human stack of feces and Bort, and it's like, come on! I don't even know how it works. I'm surprised I haven't been fired yet. I'm close. I'm close. Sarah sent me multiple. She sent me multiple disciplinary paperwork pieces in my email.
Yeah,
I've had to review them.
I did.
And sign
I
them
tried.
And turn them
Okay,
into HR.
I'm gonna tell you guys. I tried really hard to get Silence to dress up fashionable today again. I was like, "You're gonna be fashionable."
Yes, I was so fucking hell. I was so fashionable in
you
a
were,
1978.
I loved it. Yes, I loved it. I don't know chat. Did you not love how Silence looked last week? Look at him now.
This is coming from the woman.
Sorry, what were you saying?
This is coming from the woman that last week was like, don't kink shame feet people, but if you're not fashionable, fuck you, get off my show.
Hey, I'm just trying to get some sponsors up in this show, money,
yes. Maybe we can get sponsors from a plastic surgeon. That might help me out. Like, plastic surgeons, if you're out there and you're looking at me and you're like, you know what? He's terrible now. Look at that nose and look at all that stuff like going on. We could probably get some plastic surgery sponsors. That'd be nice. That'll be our donation goal. If you donate, a lot of you don't know this. If you donate to Music Exposed, all of the money that we make goes towards getting me some plastic surgery for,
Very true. But also, if you actually donate, it's going to be split. So
yeah,
do it,
that's
guys.
Right. It's going to be split 95-5 between Sarah and myself. So Sarah gets 95% and I get 5% because Sarah, this is the problem. She feels she needs to protect the show because she's like, look, the dynamics are really important. Okay, Silence. Like if you get too pretty, then people might actually like you, and we don't want that to happen. We can't have a show where people like the co-host. The host has to be more likable.
I'm back from liking all the pictures. Vampire King has done as you told him. Yeah. Yeah, donate to the Exposed Show Fillers Fund. Yes, I mean, I need some fillers. You guys know I need some.
I need some Botox. I need like what I need is like a sledgehammer to the face and the ability to start all over again. It's just like, let's just tear this down and start with something new. Here's what we'll do. Like later in the stream, plastic surgeons that are watching this, Dr. Plastic Surgery, that clearly one of our biggest demographics for the show is plastic surgeons. Actually, I was looking at the stats from our podcast feeds. If you're not subscribed, by the way, our podcast feeds are now up on Spotify and iTunes. You can find them at the site musicexposed.show. All of those feeds are there. But plastic surgeons, definitely a big thing. So when Bort is on later, just, screenshot a picture of him looking, handsome and wiping up some of Sarah's drool. And that'll be where we start. That'll be the starting template. And then I can be Bort too. Electric Boogaloo.
Right.
That's my goal.
Alvaron, thank you so much for the €1. And he just donated to a new nose.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I
appreciate that. So I'm going to get like 0.05 euros from that. It really helps.
I will be PayPaling you the 50 cents later.
Do they call it, are euro cents also called cents? I don't know that. That's a good question. Are they also called cents, or are they euro cents? Are they euro cents?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
When you have change for
money.
a euro,
Oh, you're talking about money.
Cents?
Sorry, I don't talk money.
No, I'm talking about Greek sandwiches. I'm like, here, have a. If you split a euro in half, do you call the two halves of the sandwich cents? I mean, probably.
Yeah, it's cents. It's cents. Yes.
I don't know.
PayPal 50 cents. PayPal takes 45 cents. That is very true. That is very true. So, true. Silence. Enjoy your 5 cents from that.
Look, I mean, in the end, it's probably going to be 2 cents. I'm just being real. But hey, I'm hoping that when
wait.
And thank you, plastic surgeon.
So beautiful.
I'm sorry, sir. Some people are beyond help.
That.
Plastic surgeon.
Shut the fuck up, Sarah.
We would like to sponsor the show.
Oh, thank you so much, Plastic Surgeon, for the 1337 and Adam and Eve. Thank you so much for the 138.
Adam and Eve. Well, listen, since I'm already like budget Ron Jeremy, according to chat, it's like Adam and Eve would be a sensible sponsor. I mean, no one wants to see that. I was talking about that last night. I was in a Discord chat last night, and someone posted this weird picture of someone like wearing tidy whities and like squeezing his way through a kitchen or something. And I'm like, you'll see me humiliate myself in a lot of ways, but that is one of the ways you will never see me humiliate myself on stream. You're never going to see that. I would never subject any of you to the horror that would be something like that.
The horror.
Because I know that like people can take a lot, but not that. It's too much.
I would love for us to be sponsored by Adam and Eve. Wouldn't you love that? To be honest, like,
yeah, because I would love to do like. I would love to do like a product review segment every week. Where you're like, this week
but it's
I
censored.
reviewed the.
It's always censored. It has like the blurry thing,
George's
pixelated.
Anal beads. It's like this week, George's anal beads, extra large. And then I reviewed them with Thomas's lube, which Thomas's lube was good. It wasn't quite as good as George's lube. Mm-hmm. George's lube had a little bit less friction when you were putting in the anal beads, but I'll give that 269s out of 69.69s.
But yes, I would love to be sponsored by Adam and Eve. So if anybody knows the context of Adam and Eve, I think this show would be perfect for that. Do you think some people would cancel, though? Some musicians would cancel if they knew that this show is sponsored by Adam and Eve?
I feel like more musicians would schedule, because let's be real, Twitch music is full of introverts that a lot of them are not having sex very often because you're hiding in your house playing music covers. And look, I'm not kink shaming. I live that life too. So for those of you that
you do kink shame, though, I mean, sorry,
I kink shame you freaky feet people. You're freaks. But anyway, going from there, it's like, hey, look, I know that more of them would want to schedule because they'd be like, look, could you tell me about that auto blow too? Could you tell me about that? Like, I know you reviewed it on a previous episode, but is it really good? Like, is it really kind of like Is it like my fantasy of being with Oprah Winfrey?
Oh
Like,
my God.
Does it feel like her? Look, I'm just talking about what streamers are going to ask me, okay?
Right.
I know what they're going to ask. It's like, that's just how it is.
Mm.
If you're going to fuck a fake mouth, it better be a famous person's fake mouth. That's all that's what my grandpappy always said. If you're going to fuck a fake plastic mouth,
okay,
it better
silence.
be a famous person's
silence.
mouth.
I think you need to just get off screen for a little bit and just take care of that, that gathered angst or whatever you have right now, so you can take care of that.
I don't know why everyone always accuses me of this and acts like I'm so pent up.
Well, because of the way of you talk right now. You're literally talking about celebrities' mouths. I don't know what's wrong with you.
Listen, okay, Sarah, if you had to buy a mold of a famous musician's tongue, which tongue would you buy? Who would be the tongue? Who would be?
Can we go back to listen?
I bet a lot of jazz musicians, especially trumpet players, or like, dude, fucking John Popper from Blues Traveler with those harmonica skills. Would you buy a John Popper tongue replica?
I would, to be honest, I would go for a saxophonist because we legit work with our tongue the most, and trumpet players do not play with their tongue. They're just with their lips, but tongue...
Dr. disrespects tongue.
What is this? Listen, can we go back to DMCA strikes and music?
Who has the best tongue on Twitch?
Oh my God.
Chat, tell us. Chat, who has the best tongue on Twitch? I have no idea. I don't think I've ever seen anybody's tongue on Twitch. I don't know. Who has a good tongue? I talk about the issues that people want to talk about, okay? That's what I'm here for, obviously.
Nell Savvy is asking if I can blame you because obviously you would get turned on in my presence. I mean...
Listen, I'm not one of those simps, okay? I understand that you have a lot of them.
Oh, excuse me, you fucking asshole. You can
Craig,
go eat a dick right now. I don't have
What's
simps.
wrong with that?
I hate that word too. Are you calling me a mediocre pussy? Because that's what it means, by the way.
I don't know. Have I seen a model of your vagina on sale at Adam and Eve? I don't think so. Maybe you need to work on some things to get to that level, okay? Call me when your vagina is shined in plastic.
Listen. I'm about to go. You're the worst. You're the worst. Can we go back to music talking, please? Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
As long as everyone in the chat has liked Instagram.com/SunfireTV.
Yes.
Make sure that you go through.
So
and get your acknowledgement.
Can we go back to the questions, the important questions like what is happening with DMCA and how will you as a original musician on Twitch react to it?
You know what? I spent days and days, I'm going to mention this on the bulletin board, working on converting all of my songs to instrumental versions, because at this point I had all the regular versions up on the music services, and I have an upcoming album that's coming out soon. So I converted about 35 songs to instrumentals for people to be able to use behind their streams. That's what I did. I mean, and Sarah, you've talked about this for approximately 704 hours this week. Like, you managed to bend time. You've talked about this so much on your stream. For those of you that watch twitch.tv/SarahJazz, if you're listening to this on the podcast, like, Sarah literally bent time so that she could talk about this for hundreds of hours every week.
That's very true. That's very true.
It's true.
I
mean, I've heard so much about DMCA. Like, I literally have a law degree right now. It came in the mail after watching Sarah Jazz's stream. I learned so much. I literally, they just mailed me a law degree. They're like, you know everything there is to know now about DMCA law.
Right.
I'm like, cool. That's good to know.
Right. So, how did you how did you get to know Bort? What was your first Bort discovery? How do you remember?
I do.
Okay.
I was referred to Bort by Gumi from the Man-Child Show. For those of you who don't know the Man-Child Show, Gumi referred me to Bort. I think she posted it in a Discord or something. saying that she was hanging out in Bort's room. And so I went and watched him, and Bort was in the middle of one of his rants for sure, which I very much enjoy. If you're up late, which he's on very, very late for those of us in the US, it's normally like 1 or 2 in the morning my time Pacific, which means it's 4 or 5 in the morning Eastern time for those of you that have never seen a stream. But when you get Bort going, which I'm hoping we do on today's stream, when you get him going about life or his circumstance or whatever, and I think he was complaining about some streamer stuff when he was in there, so I immediately liked him. And on top of it, he's very talented. He has a cool. I don't think there is no other Bort on Twitch. There's nobody like him, even close to what he does and what his lifestyle's like and what his personality's like. I mean, it's just, he's one of a kind for sure.
Yeah, he is. But you connected to him on a deeper level because he complained about other streamers. I find that very interesting.
No, it wasn't that. I actually got to know him a little bit better when I was helping Manchild Show kind of do some tech work and fixing some things that they were having. Bort jumped on that. I appreciate this. This was my experience of Bort. He jumped on it and he listened to about 45 minutes to an hour of a Discord of me like demonstrating and showing something. And then when we got to the end, Bort's just like, yeah, I'm not going to fucking do any of this. So he sat through the whole call. He sat through the whole thing. He watched it. He even asked some questions. And at the end, he's just like, yeah, I'm not going to fucking do any of it.
Yeah.
Just, thanks for showing me. But yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm like, oh, all right, dude. Glad I could waste your time for an hour.
I was legit when we did the sound check. So we do a sound check with every streamer before we do the show, or the week before, usually on Thursdays. Thursdays. And as we were talking, it was making all the faces. I was like, oh my god, he's gonna cancel, dude. Because we were talking about hookers and coke and things like that. We're just doing stupid jokes, having very stupid jokes.
I don't have another mode. Like, people who meet me either in a Discord chat or they meet me in real life are just gonna realize that, yeah, this is what I'm like. So don't meet your heroes, kids. I know that I'm clearly one of your heroes, so don't meet your heroes. You've heard that, all right?
Yeah,
I know.
I like how you're still posting Sunfire's Instagram in the chat. Is this gonna be a theme forever?
I feel like it's really important because, listen, Senpai notices us. When you support Instagram.com/SunfireTV, you get the kind of social recognition and tribute that you dearly deserve as a viewer on Twitch, for which you are entitled to many things. As a viewer on Twitch, you need to make sure that you demand the appropriate consideration and recognition from your streamers, especially on their social media. They have to follow you. If you make a song request, they have to play that song. They have to stop whatever they're doing and play your song request right away. Like, demand the recognition, okay? Demand it.
I mean, it's going. It's still going, she says. The likes are still going. This is the Music Exposed show featuring Sunfire's Instagram, Adam and Eve, Silence's fetishes,
John Popper's
Bort.
tongue.
It's the perfect show.
Don't forget it.
It's the perfect show for Bort, I think.
I agree. I'm going to ask Bort that question now because you told me that it was stupid. Bort, you better be ready. If you're watching this in the chat, I want to know what musician's tongue you would buy a sex toy of.
How would you even mold that, to be honest? Like,
they just
how would you mold that? Because your tongue
molding technology has come a long way in the last 10 years.
So I know that Potato Frank is already like, I'm cancel. How do I cancel? How do I tell them I need to cancel this show? Help.
Maybe he doesn't feel that way. Maybe Potato Frank has a really good tongue, and he's over there and he's like, man, I need to get some of that sweet tongue sex toy dollars. And I get it. It's like, hey, man, some of us men struggle with having a tiny tongue. I'm one of those people. If your tongue is undersized, you can slide into my DMs and talk to me about it. I'll make sure that you find the support that you need.
Right. So they're just the same as the do they are they the same as the old
trying to help,
old
man.
caravan
Look,
people?
It's not something you can control, man. Like, I understand if you're a little bit on the smaller side. You might think you can't please a woman, or you might think that you can't please a man, whatever you like. But that isn't true. I'm here to support you and let you know that it's not true at all.
Yeah.
And that if you need something to do with your tongue to practice and to get some stretches and to help it grow, if you go to Instagram.com/SunfireTV, you can literally like the pictures with your tongue. So just lick the screen.
Oh my
to
God!
like
Stop
each
that.
Picture. And make sure that you take video with your other phone of doing it.
Yeah.
While you're liking Sunfire's pictures with your tongue.
Right.
Make sure that you do that.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So today is the show where Silence gets actually fired.
Oh, bye, guys.
Do you have any last words before Board comes on and you lose your job?
Yes. Instagram.com/SunfireTV. Those are my last words.
Well, so I'm gonna tell you about my first encounter with Board. So I went into Board's chat once, and this was at a time where he did have, and he addressed this on stream too, he did have a little bit of a more toxic community. I think that community isn't there anymore, but it was before TwitchCon. And I was like, oh God, I'm gonna see Board at TwitchCon, right? Like, I am not excited for that, because his chat was like, oh my God, it's a woman, she's a streamer, women have boobs, so they have more viewers anyways, and stuff like that, right? And I was not excited. I was not excited to see him at TwitchCon, but then I met him in real life at TwitchCon. I spent the whole weekend with
he's so dreamy.
Oh, shut up.
Just kidding.
And the whole weekend I spent with him and with Wax and Mermaid and Slender Sings, etc., and Schnaff, and Hugo, etc., with a lot of people. And he was really cool, and he was very different from what the first impression that I had on his stream. And maybe some people had that experience too, where they have a bad first impression on a stream. But then, if you just have 10 minutes and the person is maybe not in the right place, or the community is a little bit weird, So now I'm a fan, actually. I actually like him now. I try to support him as much as possible, and I think he's really cool. I do enjoy him now.
Sorry, I'm going to calm down now, because I know that it was getting a little out of control. Like, I'm just going to be more normal now. We're good, okay? No more weird questions. It's gonna be super normal from now
What
on.
is happening? What just happened?
Nothing. I'm just gonna be normal. It's gonna be. Listen. I need to keep my job. All right. It's important. It's important.
Okay.
It's important that I keep my job.
Is this your appeal? Is this your appeal?
Yeah. It's not an appeal. I'm just gonna be normal from now on. I promise to never again in my life talk about artificial tongue sex toys. Never again. That's the last time you'll ever hear me talk about that topic.
Is this your official apology? Are you doing the official apology in the same stream? I feel like you need to wait for the next stream.
I'm so sorry right now.
I feel like you legit. Listen.
I'm sorry. Listen, I'm sorry for those of you that have been fucking plastic tongues for the last 2 years. I didn't mean to offend you, because I know you're a core part of my audience. If you fuck a plastic tongue, you love the silence noise. I understand.
I think we will have a legit apology next stream.
No.
You know how it is.
You know what?
People fuck up in the same stream. They're still in the same opinion. Next stream, they're apologizing all over Twitter and on the stream.
That shit. I'm doubling down. I'm gonna be that guy that doubles down. If I'm gonna be a villain, this is my problem. If I'm gonna be a villain, everybody's gonna fucking hate me. Like, if it goes full villain, like, I'm going full villain. Like, I will super villain that shit.
Right. Well, anyways, I'm gonna let Board on.
Okay, so do you want me to set up the Music Exposed bulletin board?
Oh yeah. Let's do that first.
Can you run the theme, please?
I'm running it right now.
All right. So let's jump into it. Our Music Exposed bulletin board for this week's show. If you want to find all of the links and all the artists that I'm talking about in this segment, make sure you check out musicexposed.show, where you can find all of our previous episodes. You can subscribe to the podcast on Spotify and iTunes. Please do that. It really, really helps us get viewers and new people to the show. But let's talk about the releases for this week. So this week we have a new release from Shenova Weirdo that just came out, or just Shenova. She's twitch.tv/Shenova Weirdo. But she just released her new single called I Can't Breathe, which came out this week. Make sure that you check that out. That is on Spotify and all the different music services. She actually has a ton of really great music for those of you who are not familiar with Shenova. Make sure you check her out. She also dropped a cover this week of the song Alice by Lady Gaga, which is available on her YouTube. I'll post both of those links up on the bulletin board. Moonlight Social, who was here just 2 weeks ago, I've already been giving them some crap for it, just dropped another single that's off of an upcoming album called Holding Pens. For those of you who like a little bit of that Southern rock, a little bit more of that country, Moonlight Soul are fantastic. They're great streamers. You can find them at twitch.tv/Moonlight Social. Their new single Holding Patterns just came out on Friday, so make sure that you give that a listen over at all the different music services. Then Jennifer Jess has a new single that's coming up next week, I believe is the release date on that. It's called Me First. It's a new acoustic single that's dropping from her. Jennifer Jess is amazingly talented if you don't follow her on Twitch. And make sure, again, she's another one. There's a lot of music for you to check out. But Me First will be coming out and is available for pre-save. So that pre-save link will be up on the bulletin board. Right now, for the rest of this weekend, so if you're listening to the podcast, you probably won't be able to participate in this. But Saving Music Live has a fundraiser going on right now where actually they are doing a mod takeover. So many of you who hang out in Twitch music channels hang out and are familiar with a lot of the various mods. Well, the mods have taken over the Saving Music Live channel this weekend, and they are raising funds. They will be on throughout the rest of the weekend. So if you're watching this live, make sure you head over there and give some support and support all the mods who have spent years supporting all your favorite music streamers. And finally, last but not least, myself, the Silence Noise, just as I mentioned earlier on the stream, I just converted 35 of my original tracks into instrumental versions. It's called Instrumentals Volume 1 is now available. You can use that music behind your live streams or for various things. It is available on all the music services. You can also get it on YouTube if you don't have access to a Spotify or any of that stuff. And use that music behind your stream. If you have any concerns or questions about it, feel free to reach out to me. I posted that link a bunch on Twitter as well. So again, Shenova Weird, Shenova, Moonlight Social, Jennifer Jess, and myself with the bulletin board for this week.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay. Well, I think we are ready to now listen to our very, very special guest.
So dreamy. So dreamy.
So dreamy. And I'm very, very excited to have him on and have a chat with him. But first, we're going to listen to him play some of his music. Here you go. This is Bort.
Bort!
So damn swell, but yeah, still so blue. And what else, what could I do but wallow for you? Lately I've been thinking about you too. And what else, what could I do but sit here and cry and wallow and wait for something? That might make me feel just about how I might do. Those little things that we used to, whenever we might just wanted to. Quarter past 12, and I've been waiting so, but you won't quite come back, no, no. I might just have keep to wait to wallow for just 4 more, I guess. Fine. So swell, but oh so blue. Down there all of the time when I'm with you.
Yay! Nice.
Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, that was Bort.
I give it my best shot.
Bort performing. I'm going to let Bort tell you guys himself who he is, what he's all about. Hi, Bort. How are you doing? Thank you so much for being here. Hi.
Yo, yeah. Hey, what's up? Hi. Yeah, I was just hanging around, dude. I was like, fuck, it's pretty late out here, you know? And it's super hot in the caravan too right now because it's like, I don't know, yeah, hot. So yeah, hey, what's up? My name's Bort. I live in my little caravan in Belgium. I play a little bit of improvisational music every morning, just jamming basically. Yeah, we sit here, drink some coffee and talk a bit about life. Sometimes it gets a little bit out of hand. some people like silence like that. I like that a little bit less, but I mean, it is what it is, you know. So yeah, that's kind of what you'll find here. All kinds of creative expressions. Yeah.
I'm so excited to have you here. Hi.
Oh, I'm really hot. Like.
He's like, I'm suffocating to death in the caravan.
Did you have? Did you ask Did you tell your neighbors that you're gonna do this?
No,
like,
I didn't.
You didn't.
No. If we get
You said you were going to. I even posted it.
Pretty interesting. But I don't think so. We'll be all right. Yeah.
Okay, so I am gonna start with the question: what genres and artists influenced you the most?
Genre or artist?
Yeah, both.
Like
both.
Yeah, it's a good question. Like, I think it's like hard to say at which point that I like really got like super inspired, like musically, right?
Yeah.
But I think it's actually a record from the Platters. And I mean, like, if you want like the true story, I mean, I can say it, but it's kind of TOS. No
yes.
joke. Like,
Yes,
Can you
say it then.
Can you like censor it somehow? Like use broccoli.
So let's just say, like, I was making some kind of a spiritual journey, and I had a mattress in front of an old record player, and I literally let nobody in for 3 days in my studio apartment, and I just listened to the same record from the Platters, like all the time, like over and over, like 3 days, dude. And I mean, I sang every song, and when I came out of it, I felt like I was a more sensitive person or something. Like, I don't know. Yeah, that happened, and that was like.
That's interesting.
That
I like how that's the PG version.
Was this before or after you lived in the caravan?
That's way before. That's when, because I've lived like alone from when I was like 16 or something. So that was my first studio apartment that I lived in. Yeah. Sure. So that was the place.
Great use of broccoli.
So yeah, I guess Bill from the Platters was a very good singer, but it's very different kind of music, right? Yeah. Many people wouldn't even know, like, but I personally think that he has a better version of Only You than Elvis, right? Elvis has like to sing Only You, right?
Yeah.
But Bill from the Platters sings it better, I think, personally. Yeah.
I don't know if chat agrees with that.
Controversial. All the great grandmas are going to be raging right now in the chat.
Like,
they're unsubscribing.
Also, I want to thank for that resub from Crazy Little Animal, by the way, and the resub by Bulletin, by the way, for 3 months both. Thank you so much. Also, we have more questions. Obviously, we're gonna get rid of the non-problematic questions first. Before we ask the problematic ones. So, what are there any streamers that inspire you? And if so, who are the streamers that inspire you the most?
Well, like there's like a lot of people that do a lot of different things on Twitch, right? But like from a streaming perspective, I always like the first name that always pops in my mind is Shaquisha, because his production quality is just so good. Like the close-up shot he does, like his lighting is on point. Like as a photographer, like I really like look for shit like that, right? And I mean, like the way he'll like single out like some bullshit in chat, then just put on a high voice and like meme it, you know? I think that's like a level of professionality that you can be yourself. And like, yeah, he plays with that really well. So I would say Shaquisha is definitely one of them.
Cool.
And it's funny because he found me. I never would have known he existed if he.
Oh, interesting.
Interesting. Came in my stream one day. Yeah, sick.
So.
And.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I don't know for the rest. Like, it'll be people like I'll be watching other people like Billy or Midream LA.
Yeah.
Like Austin, right? And I'll think to myself, like, we're so similar in some way, you know, but we're yet very different, but true. I like to call these people like true creative souls, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'll see somebody who has that genuine creativity, and that attracts me towards someone. Yeah. So I guess just to put a few names out there, those are a couple of them.
Yeah, I definitely feel like you and Mid Dream are like kindred spirits for sure. It's like watching you both. Cool. It's not all that different. It's like you two could be brothers.
Yeah. Hi, chat. By the way, I saw you.
Yes. So tell me, I'm sure you've told the story a million times, but tell us how did you end up in the caravan? How did that come to pass? And tell us a little bit about that. I know it's a bit of a longer
story. How much time do you have?
We got forever, but I know it's like,
yeah. I mean, to like just put it into like a little bit of context to walk through it pretty like fastly. So like, I used to live in Belgium here. I grew up here in a studio apartment, right? At a certain point, I was like leeching off of the government, right? So I could just do bullshit applications and I got money every month. Some bullshit like youth, teenage stuff, right?
Yeah.
But I had a friend living with me, and at that time I got to know my brother, and he lived in Holland and he was a squatter. So I basically like went there a couple of times, then fell in love and stayed there, started squatting, and then eventually when me and my girlfriend years later broke up, I kind of like ended up at a friend's, and then I came here, which is property of my grandparents, and I've been here for, how long is it now? 4 or 5 years maybe? No, I think so, yeah. And it's been very interesting how like that developed throughout time, because like, I mean, like, yeah, they're old and shit. They need shit sometimes, right? And like all kinds of stuff, you know. So that's like all going on in the background, but like I'll never really talk about it too much, because I like to keep the mystery of like how everything is. So basically, yeah, squatting.
Of course.
You know, from squatting to this, yeah, and then took a trip to Portugal, somewhere in between too. Yeah.
Yeah, Sarah did say that she swoons for you because you know 3 Portuguese words.
Shut up.
She did say that earlier.
Percebes, caralho.
Percebes, caralho. Foda-se, né?
Foda-se, desculpa, tio.
Yes. But talk actually on that note, did you know that a lot of female streamers too, and you know, there's a lot of people who are like, I've heard a lot of women who are like, oh my god, bored. Do you do you actually realize that?
I have no idea. It's like it's like,
you don't realize that the ladies think you're a dreamboat.
It's gonna make me blush.
They're dreamy boys.
No, I'm actually like really insecure about like a lot of things, you know. So like I don't know. I do know if I want something, like I'll go for it. Like that I do know, but like no, I don't really walk around in life thinking like, yeah, I'm hot shit.
Yeah, you don't really strike me as that type.
Yeah.
Like you're definitely not living the cribs life right now, for sure. So I like this question that we came up with. So if your stream did get bigger, like and you took off, and you know you had a big following, do you think you would still just keep your life exactly the same, stay in the caravan, like kind of just keep your life structured exactly the same?
Well, it's like I have always fantasized about like tiny houses and living that way, although this is like not functional. But like I've since recently come to the conclusion that I'm pretty sentimental about this space right now, and the idea of destroying it or reorganizing it seems like super dreadful. But I still really want to like build something new. So yeah, if I would have like only like a small budget, I would do that. Like, and over time, like even this year, I think opportunities will exist to move somewhere and also be like kind of semi-permanent or something, you know.
Yeah.
And I also like still have friends that like, I don't know, work for their whole life for something to start a self-sustaining farm. I took this guy in when I was super broke, and he once told me like, hey dude, this guy who you took in might have forgotten, but I'll never forget. So like, don't worry about it. You know, if you want a place to work and like farm and stuff, it's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
So stuff like that's pretty cool, I guess. You know, so I'm definitely like thinking about like moving already to have a more functional space. Also, like, you don't bringing girls to like a caravan or something, dude. Like, think about it, man. You know how these frames, bro, like, I mean, bro, like, that's not as
They
charming.
just have to be an exhibitionist. That's all. It's not that hard. Just find someone that enjoys that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, well, those people do exist, but I mean,
Before it's like I'm a little calmer than that.
Every neighbor always knows what's going on. It's like,
Yeah,
oh, the
it's shit
caravan
like
is
that,
shaking
yeah.
again.
That's right.
it's like, yeah.
Oh, I love that though.
I fuck it. It's like you fuck someone, the whole neighborhood knows. Like he fucked someone. Like, I mean, yeah, that's what it comes down
Yeah.
to.
There goes board again. I mean, does it happen a lot that your neighbors have to worry about their board again?
No.
You know.
No. I'm not Austin Powers or something. I'm actually, I don't know, like, yeah. I'm very particular in my taste, I guess. Like, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I only have to like really see something in one person and then can dedicate to that, like, because otherwise it gets very confusing, right?
Yeah.
I used to live with a guy who used to literally have, like, when we squatted, like, we called him hippie. He used to have like girls, men, everything, like just coming in his room every night. And then once in the morning, I just sat him down. It's like, bro, you're going to tell me what the fuck's going on here, because I don't understand anymore. Like, no, but for real, though. Like, and he explained it to me. He's like, yeah, I don't even know myself anymore, dude. I think I love all of them, but I want to choose one. It's like, yeah. But he ended up with one of the girls, and he still lives with her on the self-sustaining farm. So, yeah.
Hey.
So, yeah,
Well,
I guess.
On that note, I actually have a question that relates kind of to this. So, I remember there was something going on between you and a bigger streamer, and she invited you to TwitchCon EU, and you talked about this on your stream, actually, so it was semi-public. But when I saw her IG stories a little while after, I saw her and another dude. Tell me about that. What's the T-board?
Low blows, Sarah. Low blows, Sarah. That hurts.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I legit am interested what happened.
No, it's fine. No. I think, shit. What the fuck do I say on this, Sarah? I think that you put me. No, I mean, I've made some friends like throughout, like, meeting people from Twitch, and some are more dear to my heart than others, you know. But like, yeah, to assume that just because like you're close to someone means that you're like in some kind of relationship or somebody's down to do that, like, no. Yeah, even myself, I've often wondered if I am truly monogamous, like if I can do that. Like, yeah, I've thought that. I've always been like that though, but like I've considered like letting that go, but because like I feel like I can't attain, because I want a family, right? But it feels so unattainable.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. That's why I'm like more tending towards going towards that direction, I guess, being more free. Like, yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense though, because nowadays it seems like people are scared to get into a monogamous relationship. It's also harder, I feel like, nowadays. So yeah, that makes sense that you would go into that direction. But I legit wanted to know. I never heard anything about it again, and this is the perfect show to ask you.
Well, I mean, I'm a blues man, so yeah.
Gotta have something to sing about, right?
Dude, if that's the thing, well, that's the thing, right? But when you keep it like, when it's like super real and you go there and you think about like, oh, she's kissing somebody else, like, bro, like, yeah, you have that, but what do you say? Like,
Yeah.
what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Because if you go nuclear on that, like, yeah, I don't know, dude. Like, yeah, nothing, right? So
Yeah.
I understand what you mean. I have been in
Please.
that place in my life, so I feel you.
Yeah.
sometimes have to just crop up a little bit of that emotion, I guess.
Very true. I agree. So, okay, so there's another thing. This has absolutely nothing to do with this topic, but I heard, or actually, you told me this. You were banned from a known music charity channel.
Hello. Well, since been unbanned.
Oh, you are
And
unbanned.
Oh, nice.
And approached and asked what's going on. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
So basically, like, I guess kind of good because, you know, and this is an interesting link you make. Because this is yeah, because it's an important one. It's an important one nonetheless, and I'll fucking say it just because, dude, this is a perfect example of like, just a guy on Twitch, small streamer, you know. Everyone who has like all this clout can just do and say whatever they want, and they have like 20 people sucking their dick, you know, right?
Yep.
And I just say what actually fucking happened, right? And some people know, whatever, you know, and then some other person with clout sticks up for me, says like, hey, I hear you, I see you there, buddy. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, but we gotta shake hands with Bort now, dude, because like Bort. But like, you know what I mean? Oh shit, bro! Like, come on, my dude. Like, that's just how like, I don't know, a little like fucked up it really is.
Yeah.
Like, these little social games, like it's fucking high school and shit. And I literally have nothing against any of these people, but I can only say what I read in a chat room, which was, oh, I don't like this guy. It's like, yeah, but what the fuck do you expect from me then? Like, yeah, I mean,
exactly. Am I supposed to just change for you?
Like, yeah, you're some person on the internet. Like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
I like the hesitation. You're some person on the internet.
Yeah, what do you want? Yeah.
Thank you so much, Warrior, for gifting that sub to Darthworms. Thank you.
But I was approached, and it was totally cordial. We talked like two grown adults, which is fucking nice, because I did feel a bit like weird. I was like, yo, I'd get permabanned here for asking question or something, because that was super weird. I wasn't like overly being a dick or something. I would, like, if I would justifiably have gotten banned, permabanned that is, like, I would have just taken it on the chin and fuck off. Like, yeah.
Right.
Wouldn't even said a word about it. Like, but nah, dude. So yeah, but I've been unbanned, so yeah, I guess.
Oh, interesting.
I just was like, I was just like, I don't know, yeah. Does this mean that I can't like be part of like this community or whatever? Because like, there's still like, dude, I get like weekly hate, like
weekly
really
hate.
though.
Tell
Like,
us
yeah,
about
from
that.
who?
From
Who?
Like, dude, like fucking DMs telling me you're a worthless piece of shit musician,
Jesus Christ.
whatever the fuck. Like, yeah, just like whole paragraphs, every time different accounts and shit.
Is it ever from
And I don't know why,
streamers?
dude.
Is it ever from
I
streamers?
don't know, but I just fucked off a couple of people on Twitch already, you know, and it's just still coming back at me, right?
Yeah.
Do you think of yourself as like a black sheep or somebody that's kind of
Of
on
course,
the outside
but
of the
I mean,
community?
that's just high school, right? I was the outcast in high school, so this is the new high school, so I'm still the
Yeah.
outcast, right? Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it's fine. Like, listen, like Opti says, right? We love you, Bort. Well, Opti like invited me to this like a benefit show, right? And I did that, and I thought that was super cool, and like, just like stuff like this, you know, and then like with going on shows of IRL streamers and stuff makes me like realize that there is like other people out there who just don't really give a fuck and are just want to do cool shit, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, of course people have motives, but yeah, it's still
So
kind of different.
do you feel
know?
like the music community is kind of like I don't know, like a clique or something? Like, do you feel like there is a music community actually that is, you know, actually a community for all the music streamers? Or do you feel like it's like a kind of elite or something?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough question, isn't it? I just think like I see that a lot of people pay a lot of attention on who you're friends with, and that's fucking like
Definitely
I
agreed.
don't know. You
Definitely
know? I just
agree.
you know when you walk through life, you'll just run into people and be like, okay, well this person's chill. I don't really like this person. You know, let's stay away from that. Well, I don't like people who come close and are like, oh hey, let me be your friend because I can get shit from you. It's like, nah, dude. It's like, and you'll get that vibe, like, right?
Yeah.
But when you just run into people and you get to know them, like, yeah, it's different, right? But I watch out really with who I don't know, interact with and why, I guess. So, yeah.
I don't know. I think we've talked about it on the show before that I personally don't really feel like there's a music community. It's a term that gets thrown around a lot, but I definitely feel like there, like Sarah said, there are cliques, and it's just like real life. There's groups of friends and there's groups of people that, you know, have known each other a long time or support each other. But I don't think that there's just too much diversity for there to be an overarching one community kind of thing. There's a scene. That's basically what it is, and different venues and places you can go in the scene.
How many improv people are there? Like, I mean, I know it's like not this strong. I mean, you know, I'm not as like skilled as like many improv artists already are, you know. I'm still like fresh in guitar playing. I'm like, what, 7 years in, 8 years in or something?
Yeah.
Like improv jazz players and stuff, they're legendary. Like they would rock this, you know, like crazy. So improv in and of itself, it works. Like, but I think it's just not still quite a respected like art form, or and that's what it feels like from then the feedback I get from these other musicians, a lot of them, right? Because I mean, I'm in like what in these stream teams and all that, and all these people stream every day of the week, but they don't drop by, like, you know what I mean? And when I had more subs and more viewers, they did drop by. Question mark.
Very
you know what I mean?
Very
And then it's like,
true.
bro,
Very
like,
true.
what do you want? Like, isn't it then obvious that you're just like, yeah, here for what? Like exposure, clout, whatever you guys call it, you know?
Have you ever called one of those people out though? Are you like me and you'll just call them out and be like, all right?
For sure.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's like, yeah, I'll tell them, dude. Sometimes I just don't, I literally don't like it when I just see there's people who go far, you know, to spam their own shit. They say, I'm going live right now. It's like, yo, guess what? I don't give two shits, dude. Like, yeah.
Right.
Fucking, well, yeah. But that's so fucked up though, right? There's no respect in some way.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah. I wish there was a bit more of an exchange, but I just think that I'm not the guy to talk about that. I've fired too many bullets already, I feel like. And and many people won't give me that chance. Like they won't, dude. They will come in at certain given point, they'll see me doing whatever the fuck it is that I'm doing, crazy out of my mind, and then they'll be like, well, yeah, fuck that guy, he's crazy. Like, I don't know. Yeah. I just think like a lot of people stream in a very different way, right? I'm very personal and yeah, I like it that way though. It's pretty cool because people get the chance to really see you and how fucked up you even are or whatever. You know?
Right.
Just real, like
I was saying this.
Not everything is perfect.
Was saying this in the beginning of the stream that I think with all of us three, I think that's one of the things that kind of connects us. That we, you know, speak our minds. And that's sometimes a reason why, you know, it's maybe not seen as, you know, highly instead of, you know, being all positive all the time. And
I just don't know. I mean, I guess I've lived enough life, and I'm sure Bort, you would agree with this, that to realize that none of that actually gets you anything. Like, even if you're a person that's going to go clout chase and hang out with the bigger streamers, any of those followers that come from that, they're not typically going to be the people that are into you for who you are, for what you do. Like, if you're doing it for a shitty reason, people are going to instinctually pick up on that, and it's not going to change anything for you. Or you're going to change yourself to be more like those other people.
Yeah,
and that's even worse.
That's kind of what I wanted to say. Is like people always project what they want you to be, but they don't really see sometimes what you are and what you're like growing into, you know. It's like that projection is like, yeah, but I don't want him really to be like this. I want him to sing pretty songs all the time and shut the fuck up. Like,
yeah.
That's
Plays jazz.
Ed plays jazz. Thank you so much for that raid. I really appreciate it. He's also going to be on the show, I think in 2 weeks. I don't know.
Yeah.
2 weeks or something? Yeah.
3 weeks,
so.
I believe.
Yeah, get Lake on. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ed. Lots of love to you. Yeah. Bort, by the way, why did you pick the guitar? Why didn't you pick something else? Was that a conscious decision, or did it just happen? Tell us about that.
Well, I mean, it's your typical starting point, right? And every good story needs a good woman.
Yes, true.
And then that's exactly where it began. So yeah. Falling asleep after the first I told you about that apartment, right? And meeting my brother and getting to know him. So the first time I traveled there was there was a big party. So I came was the first time I went to a squatted house. If you don't know what that means, that's basically it's a house that's been reclaimed. The owners have been informed, or a company, whatever, that you live there. And they can't kick you out for the first 6 months, but you put in paperwork to say like, hey, I could pay you this. So like basically a contract, right? Saying like, I could pay you €1 a month and I'll take care of your place. Just let me live here, you know?
Right.
So basically we had a contract like that for 4 properties, and those were all linked together. The walls were all busted out and shit. We had like 2 dance rooms, a bar, a bunker for fireworks where we had a music studio, 3 floors, like it was crazy, dude. So like a whole house, whatever. So I came there at this like neighborhood house, open up the door, come in this huge dance room. And I mean, there's a shit ton of people that are already, you know, whole party going. The girls who were running the coffee shop where I went to buy weed earlier were now at the bar dealing out free drinks, because everything was free.
Yeah.
And so I met this girl there the same night. Yeah, that same night that I hang with my brother, right? And I took her upstairs and we just sat there. She played guitar and I fell asleep on her lap because I drank so much fucking whiskey, dude. And it was funny because I was surrounded by all these hippies, dude, like with dreadlocks and all that shit. And I was wearing a 3-piece suit from the 30s, dude. I swear it was so good. There's pictures of me with my brother. He's like some shaman, right? So it's like the contrast. Very good. So I fell asleep on her lap, and I'll never forget because I woke up that morning and she was gone, dude. Didn't even fucking know her name. She was just out of there, dude. And I was just like, yo, no, I didn't know her name. Yeah. So I was like, yo, where's this girl? Do you know where she's from? Like, ask my brother. She's like, nah, dude. 3 months later, I come back. She lives there. Yeah. So I ran up to the kitchen. It's like, oh shit, yo, you know. And I started dating her. We dated for like 3 years and we lived together and shit. And yeah, crazy. That's how I started playing guitar, just because of that moment, falling asleep on her lap.
That's an awesome story, dude.
That is.
Yeah. Thank you so much, by the way, Warrior, for gifting that sub to Ed Plays Jazz. Muito obrigado, beijinhos. Yeah. So, Bort, you have sent me a clip. Is that a clip that you're not, you know, very proud of? Or tell me about that clip before we watch it.
Like, listen. If I did more, if I looked really, I'm sure there's a bunch of you trolls out there that clip me on the worst possible fucking moments, right? But this is just what I found. I should ask my haters to do a good clip. Yeah. Any haters in chat got a good clip of my worst moment ever? I bet you're out there.
Well, let's watch it then. Let's watch your clip, and then we're gonna talk about it. Let's see.
Yeah, just speak for it. then again, some of these bitches bleach their asshole. True, right? Well, do I find myself? No. If you want me to clap those cheeks, you better keep them clean. And if you want me to eat those, you better keep them clean. Yeah, clean. Better keep them clean. Better keep them clean.
So
That was beautiful.
That was amazing.
I am for it. Right.
This kind of is perfect with your annoying conversation about, tongues and stuff. Today, silence.
Why was it annoying?
Because
I thought it was a great conversation.
Yeah, it will get you fired, though.
I can't help it. I can't help it that you're a Puritan. That's your own fault. That's your own.
So I didn't understand in that song. Are you for a bleached asshole or against a bleached asshole?
I don't quite think I've ever seen a bleached asshole, honestly. Like that sounds American to me. Like
Probably
it's like, dude, don't you remember, Sarah? It's like the first time it's like eating ass.
Yeah.
I asked you, like, what is up with the eating ass?
Right?
I just didn't understand.
There's like a thing on some podcasts where it's like one of the questions, and I have asked that question myself because I feel like it's one of the mandatory questions on some podcasts. It's like, what is that all about? Why do people talk about that?
Yeah, no, but the point, like, for me kind of was when you like asked me like a clip that you're not proud of. I know it's like funny, right? But like this is like kind of the problem too, right? I started to take myself like somewhat serious in some way, but you can't take yourself serious. But then it's like if you improv and you improv about stuff like that, because Chad is gonna love that, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you're giving yourself like a leap forward with that, but you're not going to feel good about it afterwards sometimes, especially if you do it like consistently.
Oh, yeah. I know what
like,
you mean. Yeah.
Ridicule your music and yourself towards that. Like, yeah.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, have you seen how terrible this stream is?
No, that's not it. That's not it. I mean, like when I did like a lot of thought parodies and stuff, and it was at some point it was like all the time. And you're just ridiculing yourself at some point and becoming a meme, I guess. And I don't know if that's, I also agree. Like, don't take yourself too seriously, but you can't also just, fuck yourself over, basically, if that makes sense.
I don't know. I don't take myself seriously enough at all for that. I just don't. That's just not my perspective. I can understand why some people do. And I certainly want people to take the music seriously. Yeah. But the music stands on its own. You listen to the song, you listen to the lyrics of the song. When I'm performing, I'm in a different energy. But then outside of that, it's like,
yeah.
Why the fuck would anybody else think that anything else I have to say is that important, or that I'm, it's not like I'm bringing anything that unique to the party.
Yeah, the thing is just people start not taking it seriously then, If one aspect of the stream is always making fun of yourself in some kind of way, people misunderstand that, I do get what Bort is saying. Like, I agree. I can
understand that perspective.
I agree with Bort.
Well, good for you two. Happy day. Go make babies. Clean up your fucking drool off the gas station floor next time. Anyway.
Yeah. So, Bort, I do have a very, very important question, actually. If any of the if the music community, if we could like call it that, is watching right now, or they're watching or listening to the podcast later or something, do you have anything to say to them? Do you have anything, any message that you would like to tell some of those streamers that
Yeah, sure. Uh, Creativity has value. It has. It really does. And if you're just unwilling to see that or think that everything has to be in a pre-constructed way to be accepted, then you're missing out on the world. Like, and it might not be like improv, for example, right? Might not be consistent or whatever. In my case, right? But there are others who are consistent, right?
Yeah.
But it is beautiful, right? It has value. So like, yeah, the genuine creativity, a lot of us improv cats, we have that, right? And I mean, you can play the same song every day and it can sound beautiful, right? But as you can see now with the copyright issues, who knows, you know? Who knows what's gonna happen? And people are, like you said earlier, I think that like, how fucking sick would it be if Twitch music would become a place of all creative people just improvising music and making original songs,
Yeah,
instead of covering. Like, I love me a good cover, don't get me wrong. Like, I might not play 'em myself, I listen to people cover music and I love it. Like, it's fine. Music is music, right? But yeah, I personally like me some good original music, because there's many people who have their own story and they all have something to say. So yeah,
Totally agree.
that's awesome.
Totally agree.
I love that. I legit love that. You lost your creativity. I like that. I love that.
yeah.
That goes deep, man. It goes
Do you
fucking
like
deep.
it? Do you love that? Do you like that? Do you love that? Do you like that? Wait, do you love that? Tell me,
Shut
do you
up,
really like
Silence.
that or love that?
So I do have one last question. Then I'm out of questions, and I don't know what Silence has to say.
Yeah,
if he ever
her
has
brain's
to say
totally
anything
empty.
interesting, anyways.
But I'm going to ask the question. I said I was going to. I've just been waiting for the
okay.
moment.
Well, just
the
do
moment
it.
to strike.
Oh, are you asking the question?
No, it's your question.
Okay.
It's your last question.
Yeah, it's my
Ask it.
last question. Bort, I want to know, like, do you want to share about your visual arts? Like, you do photography, you do collages and stuff. Like, tell us all about it, because I think that's a very interesting aspect of your stream that you share with us, and that not a lot of people talk about, actually.
Well, yeah, well, that's kind of the thing, like I said earlier, right? So people will project upon you what they want you to be, what they think you are, right? And I always think it's funny that people don't seem to understand that I'm a visual person first. Like, I don't know, in my like creative like brain, everything what I do is like visual first. Like, I'm just a musician. Like, I don't know, I do music too, but like, yeah, I feel like truly my talent, which I think that I'm truly talented, is in yeah, purely the eye, looking at things. That's why I have this, like, looking at things in a specific way. And yeah, I am a studied photographer. Like,
Oh.
I have done all of that. Like, I have certificates for studio photography and all of that. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
So
didn't know
I
that.
used to run in that world and all those things, but I didn't, like, nah, dude, I didn't like that. And I mean, in art school, I started collaging and I never quit that. That's all of like some of the artwork you see like behind me. So yeah, I see myself, like, I don't like using the word, but I see myself more as an artist rather than just a musician.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so when I hear hate from people shitting on my music, because I'm like, yeah, but don't you see all these other things? They're
Yeah.
pretty beautiful, though. Like, I mean, like, yeah, so it's a complete package, not just one aspect of my life, you know?
Yeah.
And yeah, I've been planning to try to do something with collage that's presentable towards like this modern audience, because it's a very difficult format to still, like, from paper to
Very true.
like digital, like. But I think I've found like something that I can do, and I'm gonna call it scrapbook. Yeah, I think I'm out of that too. Yeah, and it's gonna be different books of different techniques and expressions and like stories, like with a narrative, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's easier than having all kinds of random stuff like on Instagram, or more presentable. Like, yeah. So,
Yeah.
But what I would love to do is like create these kinds of aesthetics in people's like home or whatever for streamers or for film. I would love to do that. Just create shots for film. The set, like the actual like moving this, being like, nah, dude, it has to be a little bit more like this, you know? It's like, I don't know, like, yeah, just a little, like, the dots on the eye, I guess, you know?
Do you have anything you want to share with us, like, show us? Any art that you have, you know?
Yeah, Bort, show us something.
I guess I could show you something.
Yeah.
What am I gonna show you? Well, you asked, right? Well, that's the thing, right? I have so many things like piles and piles of like artwork and stuff, and I don't do anything with it. And then I wonder, like, I should just like do something with it, right? That's why I really want to do scrapbook, and also because it's not going to be something personal. There's no crazy rants that are going to be there or whatever, you know. Just visual work.
Yeah, but
I was looking for something specific. I really like this one, personally. This has been made from a reference from something that I was working on. It's like trying to draw and paint with pictures as like from a reference, right?
Yeah.
So these are all like little pieces of paper that make up this image. It's quite abstract, but yeah, I like this one.
Yeah.
I really do.
So you did it with just a collage of paper, basically?
Yeah, this is just all paper. This took me like 6 hours or something, I think.
It's really awesome.
Yeah, patience also. But I have something that I have one that you'll like. I know it because you'll know.
Can't wait.
Yeah, I can't wait. Predictable.
You already know our tastes.
Yeah, true. I was looking for it, like, fuck. Did I take it out? No. It's actually a very good piece. If we're thinking about the same thing, it's so beautiful. It's so good. I'm proud of it. Like, I can be proud of these kind of things, which is nice because of other things I have a hard time. But I have 100% confidence in, like, photography and collaging because I just know my shit. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, which is awesome to be proud of. Like, I, for example, am not too proud of my art, but I'm proud of my music. You know, like there are some things that we just have to be proud of. Otherwise, it just.
I think I've lost my siren.
Oh no! Maybe you framed it
is.
somewhere. Oh, you have it?
Well, this is like it's a hard one to see, dude. But yeah, all the little details in this are like so good, dude. Like, I really outdid myself because I don't know. I came from traveling and I was like feeling like the vibe. And I was like, yo, let me just make this, and I just stuck all of this together to create like this nice outline. And I don't like the background, by the way. I don't like the colors. But inside, dude, there's a guitar, there's a tree, there's a piano, there's actual waves that lead like through for a tail, and like, but I don't like the background, right? But it's so dope, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know,
awesome.
I was just feeling that on the train. I was thinking about that.
So what is that? Is that a picture or with the guitar and everything?
It's all pictures, right? So little pictures like cut out and then like put in that outline. So I cut out the outline and then put in like all the pictures in the background and keep moving and then stick it in if I see if like fits, right?
Yeah, that's legit cool. Yeah. Very nice work. I think Chad is loving it too. Yeah. It's
just nice because to me it means something, right? Like all of them do, and sometimes it's like collage is like a hard one because you can be very surrealistic, and I am. So it's hard to like just show like chat like, yo, what the fuck is going on here? What is it actually? But when you're doing like outline, it's easy, right? It's just this is the shape, fill it in. But it's how you fill it in that matters.
Yeah, it's awesome.
But I have like really good source material because the style's like based on Dadaism, and I have the literal papers that the Dadaists used to work with. It's just like insane. I know that, like, that's crazy. I have books from like the 20s, like he's just here, just chilling, dude. Just like old, yeah, just chilling, old paper, like.
Oh, that's awesome.
Dude,
look at that. Yeah, and you cut out from
it's
that.
just filled with like old pictures, you know, from the war and whatever.
Yeah.
So
that's
yeah,
fucking
I like
awesome. That's super awesome. Do you talk about that a lot on your stream? Like, I see you doing collages and stuff, but do you ever talk about that on your stream? I never saw you talk about that.
But people don't seem to really care. Like, people don't seem to really care about like old paper or photos or. And I've always been like super enthusiastic about that, but nobody, like, yeah. Some people like to come watch and lurk on creative streams, but then there's other people who say like, yeah, I don't like to watch it, but I like to see the finished product. Yeah. And this is another thing that's like kind of interesting is like, I've never sold a collage because I've never wanted to. And there's people who've been willing to give me more than 2,000 euro for a collage. And I mean, I'm broke.
Yeah.
So like to not do that is like kind of crazy, right? But that specific collage I told you, the day I made that, somebody bid on that. This is like, I want that collage. And I was like, there's no money on earth that you're buying that for, and you fucking know it. You know, because like it's that's
Oh, that's
just
awesome.
shit like that is like it's kind of fucked though. That's why I want to do scrapbook, which is more anonymous, less like me and directed. Then I can maybe like potentially do something with that to earn a living.
Yeah. So you do want to do commissions at some point.
Somewhat something like that. Like, yeah, I just want to I want to basically create a channel that's going to show you like, yo, this is collage, this is how you do it, this is what Dadaism is, this is what like all these things mean, and yeah, just show that like you can do this in a very cool way. Like, you don't have to be like very, how do you know, people always want to still, it's like a surrealist at heart wanting to be a realist or something. You know what I mean? It's like they always want different things, but they can't really truly let go. So being free and expressing with that medium. So yeah, I want to do something with that because I feel like when I look on YouTube, Instagram, I don't see it. That old style of doing that, it's dead. Like, there's not many anymore. So like I'm like kind of stoked because I might inspire someone to do something like that as well.
Yeah, probably because it's just, you know, it doesn't make the money anymore, but probably people are interested because, you know, there was a time where it didn't make a lot of money, but now people are interested in it again because there's not a lot of people doing it.
Right.
Yeah. And on that note, who are your biggest inspirations in art, as like visual art?
Good question. When I was young, the reason I started in photography school was pretty sick. The year I started, I was like 16 or something, yeah. The year I started, I was walking to the city and I'm a skater, right? I don't know if there's any skaters in chat. Skaters, this one's for you, dude. Like, for real. Skaters will salute this, right? So I'm walking through the city in Belgium, in Ghent, and I 16 years old. I walk past a guy, and I'm like, shit, I know this fucking guy. So I turn around, I run towards him, and I'm like, yo, you're at Templeton, right? And he's like, yeah, you know me? But this guy at Templeton is not only a legendary fucking pro skater, is like already pretty old, right? You know? But he has like a multi-million-dollar company, which is called Toy Machine. It's a world-renowned skateboard brand that everybody knows. On top of that, he is a very well-respected photographer who has a fucking unique style, and he does like all kinds of visual art. So I meet my fucking hero. Like, I love this guy, right? He was the reason I started photography school. I meet my fucking hero there on the street, random in Belgium, because he's an American. And he invites me to his gallery, who's in exposition. And I actually like
awesome.
Went there and everything and did all the things. And yeah, started photography school, never looked back. Like, yeah, and always remember that moment because fucking wholesome. Who gets to meet his hero?
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
His wife too was so kind. She was like, "Wow, like that's so cool." Like because of that, like yeah, very cool. Yeah,
That's actually amazing. Wow.
yeah.
I'm jealous. I want to meet my heroes just randomly on the street while I'm not skating because I don't skate. Dr. Bosky, thank you for the
All the
resub.
skaters will know. All the skaters will know at Templeton. He did a wicked feeble off a handrail when it was not a big, like not a thing yet. Like when people weren't that crazy yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
'Cause
Silence,
now-
do you have any more questions for Bort? I'm sure you do.
I'm just keeping you in suspense now because I can. Because everyone's expecting the sex toy question.
No.
I'm not going to ask that, though.
No. I legit am going to fire you if you...
That's fine. That's fine. I'm good. Finish the show, Sarah.
Do you not have any more questions, legit?
No, I'm good.
Oh,
I'm
you
good.
really don't
Legit.
have any questions? Okay. Well, that's a wrap then. Or do you have anything more you want to share with us, Bort?
Yeah, I do not have a pocket punani.
Unfortunate. Well,
Sorry.
the good news is that plenty of Twitch streamers after this stream will now be making model sex toy tongues, and you can buy one of those.
Fuck's sake, Silence.
Of your favorite streamer. For your favorite streamer. And I know it's me, Bort. I know it's me. Don't lie. So we're good. musicexposed.show. Buy the Silence Noises tongue replica.
But anyway, I think this was an awesome episode. I'm really happy that you shared with us your influences, and your art. Like that's super awesome. I'm actually sad you don't talk about that more in your streams, more about your art and how it starts and like where your influences are and what you are actually doing. I'm sad about that. I think maybe just do a little bit more of that. I think people would be interested in. What do you say, chat? Would you be interested in that? Because I know I would be interested, but that's probably because
I hate all art and creativity. Thanks.
That's very true. And originality, that's also what you hate.
If there's any art or creativity, I don't want to watch it.
Yeah, but
now for the Kardashians marathon.
Well, Bort, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thank you so
it's
much,
my
man.
pleasure.
It's fascinating.
Anytime.
You are very fascinating. Like legit, you're, as Silence said, you're very fascinating.
She means you're hot. She thinks you're hot as fuck.
I don't even know what to tell you. I don't even know what to say to you.
Fine.
Silence.
Fine. The ladies love Bort. That's what Bort's
That
for.
is very true. The ladies
Bort is-
do. The ladies
love
and the
Bort.
lads
And
do
I
love
understand.
Bort. That's very true. It's probably the mustache.
Yeah, the lads. Don't forget the lads.
Yeah.
They'll get mad.
Yeah.
Right.
They'll get mad.
I'm sorry to leave you. I'm sorry to leave out your boys, Bort. Okay, the BortBoys.com. That's where you can find all of them.
No, you're wrong. It's onlybros.com.
Well, I'll be subscribing after this show is over.
But I'm sorry also that you get hate like every week. That's fucking crazy. Like
Yeah,
NDMs. That's fucking crazy.
Notice that Sarah laughs when I tell
It's
her that the
crazy.
chat calls me ugly, but tells you, "Oh, I'm so sorry that you get sad messages," even though the Silence Noise, my co-host, gets skewered in the chat every week.
Oh,
Thanks.
I do
Thanks,
too.
Sarah.
I do too.
Thanks, Sarah.
Silence. I
Appreciate
get
it.
roasted every
Appreciate it.
fucking day, but I don't get like you also don't get fucking every week. You don't get whispers of like paragraphs of how shitty you supposedly are. Like you don't get that. I don't get that. Thankfully. So yeah, it is
No one cares.
shitty.
No one cares enough about me like people care about Bort. Thanks for reminding me. I'm gonna go cry myself to sleep now.
Silence. Your
kidding.
jealousy is showing.
I'm totally jealous of Bort.
Oh, I could tell a story. Oh, Steve.
If I could have it all. If I could have it all.
But yeah, thank you so much, Bort, for being on the show. I really appreciate it, and for answering our questions, even if some of them were a little bit, uncomfortable.
Just remember who asked those. Wasn't the silence noise. Just remember.
No, it wasn't actually.
Onlybros.com/port.
You forgot the underscore. It's very important.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for being here, Bort.
Thank you, Bort.
Is there anything else you want to tell us, to tell the musicians in chat, or the artists in chat, or the streamers? No.
No, I'm good.
Just keep.
He's like,
being
get wrecked, bitches.
Keep
I'm good. Yeah.
keep being creative, bitches, I guess. Well, thank you so much. Have a good night, Bort. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. You were awesome. Bye.
Thank you, Bort.
Thank you.
Beautiful. He doesn't care. True.
So Silence. Did you enjoy our today's show? What?
So wonderful.
Yeah.
It was so good and wholesome. I appreciate
it.
The
was very
entertainment.
wholesome. I think a lot of people are going to cancel now because they're going to be afraid that there's going to be talks about tongues before they come on.
It's always my fault, isn't it? It's always me.
It's going to be always
blame me.
Yeah, it's always going to be your fault.
Me.
You know that, right? It's my channel, so you're basically the bad cop. You know that this is good cop, bad cop, right?
And we've made like €5 towards my plastic surgery. So it's like even worse. I have no hope of my plastic surgery. I have no hope of being beautiful for the camera. That's fine. And at musicexposed.show, you can also find the unsubscribe links as well. So if you subscribe to the podcast, you can unsubscribe there as well. And the good news for those of you that do listen to this podcast on Spotify and iTunes is that you don't have to look at me. So there you go.
Yeah, same.
There you go.
Same. I don't have to. I mean, they don't have to look at me either.
That's fine. Actually, Thomas Frank, for your episode, it's going to be all tongue.
No, it's not.
Every question will be about tongue.
It's not. Don't worry, Thomas.
Sarah's just scared. She's just scared because she saw the power of our chat room and how well we just did for Instagram.com/SunfireTV. We gave Sunfire the biggest Instagram hype ever.
Suck.
The chat is just scared of it.
Just put on concealer and you'll be fine.
Just put concealer like Sarah and
Thank
you will
you.
be fine.
Drive into your pool of faces.
Obrigado. Drive into your pool of faces.
Right. Thank you, Warrior. Thanks for all the gift subs and
thank
gifts
you.
today,
Thank you so much. And thank you for the resubs, guys, and everything. Thank you very, very much. I think we're actually on time. I enjoyed this episode. I really did. I really did enjoy this episode. Bort is a very...
You enjoyed every part of it with Bort and hated every part of it with me. I understand.
Hey.
I'm with you.
It's called work for some reason.
Ouch. Ouch. Enjoy your new co-host, chat.
Yeah.
I hope he's as good as he's better than me. I hope you get that. See, here's the thing that you realize, like, Sarah likes to make threats like that, but she doesn't have any other friends, so no one else actually wants to do this week in and week out and go through this nonsense. So I'm what you get.
That's very
I'm
true.
like the leftover can of spam at your grocery store.
Yeah, I asked everybody, do you want to do a show with me? And people were like, are you going to be involved? And I said, yes. And I said, no.
Like, do you have to be on it?
No, but I really enjoyed it. I think Bort is a very interesting person. And what I really enjoy, especially, that he shared something new with us today that he normally doesn't share on stream. And it's very interesting. Like his art, I really think his art is interesting. It's probably because I'm an art historian, you know. I actually studied that shit. And you know, that's probably, and not because I'm swooning over him, Mr. Silence Noise.
I'm just giving you shit. Take a joke.
Fuck off, okay?
No.
How about that?
No.
Huh? How about you fuck off?
Listen, shut up. No.
It's gonna be.
That's right.
It's gonna be. This is how the show will be evolving. It's just gonna be us at some point, like at episode 34 or something. It's just you and me just cussing each other out. It's like the first hour.
That's
it's like,
fine.
shut up, Silence. Shut up, Sarah.
That'd be fine.
Shut up, Silence.
That'd be fine.
Shut up, Sarah. Shut up, Silence. Shut up, Sarah. You're stupid.
Hey,
No,
at
you're
least
stupid.
At least we know that we'll always have at least a couple guests. So the guests might get repetitive when we have like Gaddy in existence and Tom and Potato Frank over and over. You know that those things will happen though. Like when we get into that 4-guest rotation or 3-guest rotation, you know, that'll be fine. We'll still be exposing music.
Yeah, we will.
Nice.
We will. We will for sure. And I like that you implemented the you know, the little segment with showing the music community who put something out. I think I saw in chat though that Here Is Steve also put something out today that we didn't see.
No one wants to hang out with Here Is Steve's existential angst crew.
Oh, shut up.
That's an inside grow. Like if Here Is Steve puts something out, he'll probably tell you about it in 4 months.
Yeah. That's very true. That's very true. Wow.
I love Here Is Steve. Here Is Steve. You have to hit me up if you have something that I missed on the bulletin board.
Yeah.
I post the bulletin board each week on Twitter, or you can send me an email. Like if you have something coming up, you don't have to wait for me to make that post. Like shoot me a DM, so slide into my DMs.
Yeah, just do it.
Tell me about your tongue, and then send me your newest release. And and in fact, I found out a lot of these I find out myself because I follow a lot of music streamers. This is still, I want it to be a more popular segment. Like I want people, make sure that you actually go over to the site at musicexposed.show and listen to these. I'll have the new bulletin board entries up a little bit later today. So, you know, give it an hour or so and then go check. And then, again, check out the new releases from She Nova, Moonlight Social, Jennifer Jess. And of course, I have all my instrumentals up there as well to do it.
Yes.
I'll link you, Steve. I'm just kidding.
Yesterday,
Mr. I'm going to quit every 5 minutes.
Yesterday, I was on Steve's stream, and he said that he's being bullied, harassed to be on the show because he, you know, I would love to have Steve on the show.
We asked him politely to be on the show. That's Steve's version of bullying.
Yes.
Steve, your angst, it's getting too big. It's like we politely say like, hey, Steve, we would love to have you on the show. You know who else is like that? I'm on call-out mode now. You know who else is like that? Other Glow. Other Glow, your ass belongs on the show, and you're the same. You're like, I don't know that people would like me. So you and Steve need to come out of the corner and perform like amazing people on the show because everybody should follow Here Is Steve and Other Glow. We love you both. You're both amazing musicians and artists, and shut the fuck up. The end.
Listen, shut the fuck up. No.
Yeah, exactly.
Now you understand.
You guys need to be on this show. Other Glow is amazing. Needs to be on this show.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck you, Other Glow. Be on the show. Be on my show.
Get on the show. No, but as you can see, the show is very wholesome. So all we do is expose your music and not ask any dramatic questions at all.
Exactly.
So you know, this is our safe space. This is just us three talking. You know, sharing.
You know what?
things.
I will say this, Sarah.
What?
I did have someone ask me last night if I was just going to start doing my own shows. So that speaks to how people think of you. In my 2-viewer Chuck audience, it's like, hey, Silence, you're just going to do some of these podcasts on your own without Sarah?
Because Sarah's boring. Sarah's not interesting. Or doesn't answer. It doesn't, you know, just an uninteresting question. You know, just interviewer, host. You know, just you know.
Maybe we can have Other Glow. Maybe this will help. Maybe Other Glow and Here Is Steve can be our first double feature since they're both crybabies.
Oh.
We can have them on together.
Yes, I would love that.
We'll have them on together, and it'll be an Other Glow and Here Is Steve feature. No, they need their own episodes. They both have, especially Other Glow. He's been producing Gray Sky for approximately 7 years, and hopefully by that point it'll be ready to go. Okay.
Yeah. One viewer hoopered, getting ahead of himself.
That's true. That is me. I am the worst. Okay, I understand. I am the worst.
Yeah.
And next week, I am super excited about our guest next week. She and I have gotten to know each other over the past couple of weeks. We have something to announce next week. Mm-hmm. She's definitely pregnant. She's pregnant. That's what I'm talking about.
With your kid.
Yes, that's right. Existence 130. I'm sorry that I did that to you.
Yeah,
I knew you were sleeping and
the new music community couple. Silence, Noise, and Existence.
But anyway, we have a special announcement to make next week that I am super stoked about. and she's going to be an amazing guest. She is super talented. If you guys don't know Existence 130 super well, she's incredible, and she's here next week to be tortured by us. And she is ready to have a few drinks and lighten up.
Ooh.
She's gonna kick the heels off. Because obviously Existence is always wearing heels. So she's going to kick those heels off and expose everything for us next week.
I am excited for that because somebody told me that if Existence has a drink or two, she legit just, tells things how they are. So I'm excited for that.
True.
I will have a drink with you too, so you don't drink alone.
She lives the thug life more than people realize. Like Existence, everyone's like, oh, she's so kind and sweet. And then all you got to do is say one or two things and she will fucking throw down. So I hope next week she's ready to throw down on somebody. She's ready. She used to fight back in the day.
She's getting wasted. I'm very interested in, you need to dig more, need to dig deeper into Existence drama things, especially Twitch music drama things.
Dig deeper into Existence. I don't know. I thought we weren't talking about that kind of thing on stream anymore, guys. I thought this was offensive. I thought this was offensive.
Did you guys see how he was like all about me swooning overboard? Well, next week it's gonna be all about Silence swooning over Existence.
See, the thing is that I can actually run with the joke though, so believe me, the horrible cringy pickup lines will be in full force if that's what we're doing.
Oh God!
I mean, if next week is all that, then I'm ready.
No,
I'm
I think I'm sick next week.
You could fire me by next week.
No, I'm sick next week. I think I'm just gonna be the cameraman and the producer. I'm not really looking forward to that.
I'll be like, so this will be my first question. So Existence, tell me, why are you so fucking hot? That'd be terrible.
That's gonna be terrible. Nobody can listen to that cringe. You can't do that to people. We want sponsors. Do you remember? We want people to sponsor this show. But after today's episode, I'm pretty sure we blew all of that. Meaning you.
Blew it literally.
Gosh, I hate you. I'm starting to hate you. Well, Silence.
All right, well, enjoy the rest of your show and go fuck yourself. Bye.
No! Well, that was something. Starting to, yes. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. I really, really appreciate that. He just turned into a digital window. Oh no, how did that happen? Well, thank you so much for everything, guys, for the resubs and for your generosity and everything. I'll be sure to send Silence the $250 via PayPal. And thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Next week, we have Existence on the show, and she will be drinking. And I will probably have a glass too. And hopefully you guys are going to bring your wine glasses if you can drink, obviously. Hopefully you guys are going to bring your glasses too and drink some with us. And as we, ask the juicy questions. And thank you so much for being here, guys. Have a wonderful night. And until next week on Music Exposed. Bye.